Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and today we are making soup and gifts. Alright guys, so my countertops, as you can see, are still full of stuff. I have half the countertops cleared because I have been dehydrating like nobody's business. I have been dehydrating. I have leeks here, and I have cherry tomatoes. I have red bell peppers, and then I also have carrots. I love carrots actually. So the goal is to make quick meals for my family, to where if I'm coming home from a long day of work, or if everything's crazy come November with pandemic wise, I can just take a jar, dump it into the pot in some chicken stock, add some water, salt and pepper, maybe a couple of dried herbs, and I'm solid for an entire meal. So I am making soups. So I'm even going to add noodles into it too. I have these extra wide organic egg noodles so that everything will be in the jar. So literally it's gonna be a one-stop shop. Now a little bit about dehydrating, guys. I use my Presto dehydrator. Now I don't have a big fancy pants dehydrator. I got this one from Walmart, and I'm pretty sure they have it on Amazon too. So I know a lot of you guys use Amazon, and we have an affiliate link with Amazon, so every time you guys do purchase something, it does give us a piece of that goes towards us saving up for buying for land. So thank you guys that have done that before for us in the past. But I'll find the Amazon link and put it down below, or if you don't want to go to Amazon, they do have it at Walmart. A lot of the canning supplies have been a little short demand, so I've been finding the links for you guys and putting them down below. But typically Walmart or Fry's will have like the jars and stuff like that. Fry's is, I think, East Coast Kroger's. So what I've been doing is I have been dehydrating everything. Now for my cherry tomatoes, I cut them just directly in half and I dehydrated them. Tomatoes take forever, guys, so you'll be dehydrating for like 12 hours to get those done. My carrots, I cut them in a thicker piece so that when they dehydrate, they're not dehydrating down to nothing. And we like big chunks of carrots into our soups too as well. And then my leeks, I cut them at the bottoms. I cut all the bottoms into big pieces too as well. And then my bell peppers, I just cut into chunks. So when you dehydrate, you want to make sure, one, that you get all the moisture out of the product that you are dehydrating. So dehydrate it for that full time until it becomes like kind of crispy. Don't worry, you're not over dehydrating it. It's not going to be a bad thing. All of these produce will rehydrate again once you add water to it. And when you're making it in a soup or a stew, it will rehydrate really, really nicely because it has all of that juices and broth or water, whatever you put in it, in order to plump back up. And it'll be like you just chopped it up and did it that day. But the beauty of it is that it took you 10 seconds. So I suggest having a dehydrator a part of your preservation supply of things. So if you're not comfortable with canning yet, whether it's water bath canning or pressure canning, I have been dehydrating for about 3 years now, and having this dehydrator has made me be able to preserve food without having to have the fear of me like creating botulism and killing my entire family. So this is something that is going to be a really good alternative and a lot easier for a lot of people. So the other nice part about dehydrating is that you can make little gift sets. So I know it's probably really early to start thinking about holiday gifts, but we throw holiday parties when it's not crazy, and I like to give out little door gifts to people that come inside to the parties. So one of the things I like to do is make little soup mixes in the little pint-sized jars. So take these little pint-sized jars, label it with instructions, and just add all the things to it and add a bowl. So we will be doing that in a little bit later so that you can see what it looks like. Alright guys, so we're going to get started here. It's going to be really simple. We're basically just going to layer the jar. So So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these big jars, and these have all been cleaned already. And you're going to want to make sure you have dry hands, guys, because you don't want to have any moisture in the jar. So I'm just going to open up my bag of noodles. And I'm actually going to grab a funnel. All right, funnels keep you from making a mess. And this is the funnel that came with my ball canning kit. So I'm just going to add some noodles. There's 2 of us, so I want to add a decent amount of noodles. So I'm going to do pretty much like half the jar. Okay, once I have the noodles added in there, then I'm just going to layer on the veggies. I'm going to start with the carrots and just put a handful of carrots in there. Then I'm going to do some leeks, put a couple leeks in there. Then I will add a few bell pepper. Put some of those in there. Shouldn't put too much. And this is going to be, it's just going to depend on how you like your stuff. So if you like more bell peppers, or if you like more tomatoes or more noodles, it's going to all depend on what all you want to add to it. And then I'm just going to add some dried tomatoes. Put that on top. The nice part about dehydrating too is that you don't really have to worry about like headspace or anything like that. So all you're going to do now is just put your lid on, finger tight, and you're done. So now I have an amazing soup mix that is ready anytime that I need it, and that can just go right into my cabinet. The nice part about these is that I made these really plain, so if I have like a beef stock or something like that, that way I can just pour it in there and it kind of matches with whatever. So I can have chicken, I can have beef, I can have something that's already seasoned. I like to make my own chicken stock and my own beef stock, so usually that's where I get a lot of the flavors at for the seasoning. But you can also add dry herbs or anything like that that you want to add with this. For my gift sets that I'm going to make, I'm going to add a little bit of dry herbs in there too as well. There also are little tablets that I am fresh out of that you can stick inside these that absorb moisture, and they're food grade tablets that you just stick inside there. They're safe for you guys to be around and anything like that. A lot of times anything like jerky or stuff like that will have those in there, and basically that just absorbs the moisture and the oxygen in here, so it keeps everything fresh a lot longer. I did order those, I don't have them quite yet, but as soon as they come in, I'm just going to add those to these. But that's done. Now you've got some soup. To make my gift sets, I want them to be actually fully complete. So I have a little bit of red pepper flakes. We're gonna make a spicy one. And I have a little bit of thyme that I'm gonna add to it as well. So all I'm going to do, now all of these I dried myself, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I'm just going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And I'm going to have maybe 2/4 of a teaspoon of thyme, because I love a lot of thyme. Then I'm just going to add my noodles. Stick that right in there so we don't make a mess. Perfect. And then we're just going to add the carrots. Put a couple of those in there. Add some red bell peppers. lost the lid, but we're gonna add some leeks. Gonna shove it down in there. And then top it off with some tomatoes. All right, now to make this a gift set, all I'm going to do is I have a little bit of rope that I got from the dollar store, and I'm just gonna add a bead of hot glue right to it. Hold it up here so you guys can see. And all I'm going to do, when I get done gluing my fingers, is I'm just going to add a bead of hot glue, and then I'm just going to wrap it around. And then just add another little bead of hot glue to make it stay in place. And then I made a little bow out of the same little jute twine, and I'm just going to hot glue a little bead on top of the twine, and then just add the bow. And there you go. So you can put little labels on it or anything like that. I'm actually just going to leave this one like this, but sometimes on the back I will put instructions on just what to do. Pretty much just add water and enjoy. So that's it. Now I made a couple of jars here, guys. So I have a couple of jars, and then anything you have left over, feel free to just start a new jar. So just as long as it's all dehydrated and there's no moisture in it, you can just keep adding to this jar as you're kind of going along. So when you get more stuff coming up in your garden, dehydrate it and then just add it to the jar. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little soup making and arts and craft project for the fall. But until next time, don't forget to grow yourself a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.